One.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the River Channel broadcast of this Big Rivers Conference matchup featuring the Hudson Raiders of Hudson, Wisconsin, Hudson High School in white, playing from left to right on your screen, and in purple on your screen, playing from right to left, we have the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abes, the home team tonight. So this is an away game broadcast from the River Channel. We are pleased to be here on the new turf field at Eau Claire Memorial High School, and this should be a intense, exciting matchup. Every time these two teams play, it is a true battle. These are usually perennial top two teams in the division, with occasional other teams breaking in there, but these two teams usually are fighting it out for the Big Rivers Conference title. So here we go. Raiders keep the ball moving, trying to break through that defense early in the match here, and Eau Claire playing it back, sending it wide, intercepted by the Raiders, and cleared by Memorial. Both these teams are off to spectacular starts to the season. The Raiders undefeated at 6-0-1, and the Old Abes with a very solid 4-1 record to start the season. Beautiful night here in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Temperatures are still warm here into the evening. It's one of those warm ups here in the fall that everybody appreciates before the cold winter hits us up here. But it's balmy. It was almost 90 degrees today overall in Hudson, and I'm sure Eau Claire was similar. And still tonight, it's definitely a comfortable temperature for evening soccer. It's a beautiful, as I mentioned, new turf field here at Eau Claire Memorial. That's allowing soccer to actually be played in the stadium. Previously, boys soccer and girls soccer, I'm sure, played on a grass field kind of in the back 40 of the high school complex. So this is a real treat. Can play evening games here. Great field. Uh, Looks magnificent. Referee calls a trip on Eau Claire. You might be wondering why that was a delayed call. That's because referees have the authority to make the advantage call, which means they can see if there's a foul. If within a few seconds or so, the team that was fouled has a distinct advantage to keep the ball, then the referee does not make the foul call, which was the case here. Header over, and a nice grab by the Old Abe's goalkeeper. Advantage call is sometimes something that confuses people. So hopefully that makes sense. Most often, and so even after the play is continued, then the referee can make the call, which he did there. Well, Claire's got it deep in Raiders territory, but the Raiders defense lets that ball ride, and goalkeeper Parker Strumke will take that goal kick. That's Will Nordstrom, goalkeeper for Eau Claire Memorial, who made that nice save on the header just a few moments ago. From the Raiders, Sam Olson sending it up the field long, trying to hit Vega of the Raiders. Hugo Vega scoring the lone goal win in the game against Kimberly last Friday. And I hear it was an exciting one. I wasn't able to be at that match, but it sounds like it was more or less a bicycle score, which would be fun to see. I'm going to have to see if there's a video of that somewhere. Here come the Raiders breaking in. Big blast. Big blast by Jack Poole, captain of the Raiders, hits it off the near post, and Eau Claire will take the resulting goal kick. We certainly appreciate everyone tuning in to the River Channel broadcast here. And whether you are on YouTube or Facebook, we appreciate you tuning in for this matchup. It's a beautiful night, and it's close enough to Hudson. Here comes a little break by Eau Claire, trying to cut it back. Takes a sneaky little left-footed poke, but unable to get a solid shot. And Strumke picks that ball up and is going to try to push it up the sideline. Gets it up to Lassard. He's playing on the sideline with it. Lassard has height, speed, and skill, so he's a triple threat as a junior for the Raiders. All right, Raiders carrying it up. That's number 15, Joe Heckman. Captain Quinn Packard there with the ball, sends it into Lassard, pokes it over. Will Cook with it. Pullback shot by Rabeus, deflected by the Eau Claire defense. Will Cook brings it back. Will, another underclassman for the Raiders, a sophomore, but one of the scoring leaders of the team and probably in the conference. Cook on it, sends it in to Poole. And Cook takes a shot off the pass from Poole, but sends it wide. I don't think that was exactly the shot Cook was looking for, but you got to take those when you get them against a team like Eau Claire. And that's deflected. And so the Raiders will have their first corner kick of the evening. At times, the Raiders play a short game, two-man short game. You got Cook and Poole, but they're going to send this one in. It's a long ball, sent out wide, sent it back in, on goal, but nicely handled by Will Nordstrom, the goalkeeper of Eau Claire Memorial. Ball comes up the field, and Raiders will have a throw in here. Big ball up, no Raiders in the vicinity to receive that, so Eau Claire's going to pick it up, but the Raiders pick the bounce. Raiders get upended there, so they will have a free kick at about the 32-yard line. This will be something the Raiders can do some potential damage with. It's a big ball in. It's actually right on goal and just a bit high. And crisis averted for the Old Abes, and they'll take a goal kick here at about the 7-minute and 12-second mark. If you are tuning in to the River Channel, we always welcome our viewers to drop a comment in the chat about who they are watching, where you're from, and any other fun information that we can share here. Paul Rabeus of the Raiders, his family is in Spain, so I think that's a new record for us on who's tuning into these matches. But we still love to know where everybody is from, so feel free to do that. Eau Claire steals that ball and is trying to advance it up the field. So far, Hudson has held the majority of possession and largely in Eau Claire territory. So Eau Claire will be trying to rectify that. All over Cook, and a trip from behind will give the Raiders a free kick. Thing about falls on turf is it can hurt a little more than on the grass and the softer ground than what turf usually is. So you do often see players a little slower to get up when they get knocked over hard. Leclerc sending it up the field, but pulled back after the defense swarms from the Raiders. Little collision, but was really no purposeful or foul there. So referee wisely keeps the whistle in his pocket, sends it back. Lassard's got it. Tries to send a little through ball to Vega, but a little miscommunication and tough angle on that pass. Quinn Packard on it for the Raiders. Nice move by Lassard. A lot of defense in the middle there. Tough to make things happen against a good defense up the middle, but he made some pressure, deflected by Eau Claire, and the Raiders will have another corner kick. Chat on, or is this right? Because usually we have more than one person. But maybe it is. Might be me. All right, corner kick coming for the Raiders. Poole sends it. That's a nice ball. A little bit further out than the Raiders probably wanted, but a ball you can do something with. And Eau Claire is going to clear it to no one in particular, which allows the Raiders to take it back. And they're going to send it to the corner. There goes Vega. He's got some speed. Goes for the cross and earns the corner kick. A lot of teams try to make those corner kicks happen because they're an easy way to deliver that ball right into the scoring area. Hudson loves working for corner kicks if they can get it. And here we go. Poole with the kick. That's a nice ball right in the scoring area. Cook is on the rebound and takes it back, and I think that ball went off Will's foot awkwardly. Didn't quite get around on it to put it on goal or to at least cross it, but that'll be a goal kick for the Old Abes. All right, Eau Claire advances it into Raiders territory. Keeping it moving, trying to get it deep. They've got it out wide. Little left-footed cross and a nice header. Nice header by Eau Claire Memorial, but they send it wide, and Raiders will have a goal kick here. So that was about the first true offensive threat by Memorial. There'll be certainly more to come. And the Raiders here with Parker Strumke will take the goal kick. Big ball up. Lassard on it. Poole sends it over. A nice little overhead pass there. Lassard trying to fill a gap there. Sprints up, but couple nifty plays. But if you get two nifty plays against a defense like Eau Claire Memorial, you're probably going to run out on the third try. But that was a nice attack by the Raiders. And now Eau Claire Memorial with the throw. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to the River Channel. I'm joined by, we pulled him out of semi-retirement, River Channel legend Jeff Munter on the technical side of things.
Hello.
Tuning in with the camera, the sound, the internet access, everything we need to get this game to you. I'm also Jeff Ion, and I am just here to talk. So Eau Claire again, getting the ball in, playing around with it. Little side kick, deflected by the Raiders defense, and a blast by Eau Claire Memorial, but they send it wide. And again, crisis averted for the Raiders.
Also, give yourself some credit, Jeff. You're the heart and soul of the stream.
I don't know about that, but we certainly love having our team back together, at least for one night this year. All right. Eau Claire showing some offensive might here. Seen both teams rattle the cages, but no one hitting the back of the net yet. Raiders up the middle. Trying to send it out wide to Cook. Gets it poked away. Cook all over it. And it's going to be a Raiders throw. Twisty ball. It kind of spun off. Poole on it. He's going to gear up and take a blast from distance. That shot, unfortunately, was right at goalkeeper Will Nordstrom, who's able to catch that ball and hold it down for a punt. Our score, for those of you just tuning in, is still 0-0 at about the 14.5-minute mark. Collision there at about the 35-yard line. No foul called. Shoulder to shoulder, fighting for the ball, even if somebody falls over, is not necessarily a foul. So the referee was right on top of it. Throw in here for the Raiders after the clear by Eau Claire. Quick turn and shot by the Raiders. And again, they send it wide. There are some teams that both teams can probably say this, that they might work that ball for a little better offensive opportunity. But when these two powerhouses play each other, when shots are open, you take them. And that's why you're seeing both these teams shooting the ball often and quickly when they get that opening. It's not always the shot you're looking for. Sometimes it's the rebound or the deflection off that shot. So you take it when you can get it, because the opportunities don't come often in matches like this. Raiders on it, and that ball is off Eau Claire. It's hard to tell from here if it was corner kick or goal kick, but the AR was right there and made the call. Raiders with the goal kick here at the 16-minute, 20-second mark. Oh, we're going to bring it all the way back to Strumke. Now it's a goal kick. Okay, a little miscommunication there, maybe on what the kick was or what was going on. Raiders now with the kick. It's always good to be back in Eau Claire. I spent my college days here at the University of Wisconsin Eau Claire, and remember the rivalries with Eau Claire Memorial and Eau Claire North, and it's a great town and a great college, and it's always nice to come back and visit.
Do you have any good rival? I can't speak. Do you have any good rivalry stories?
You know, most of them I would say are really between these two teams right here, Hudson and Eau Claire Memorial. They are perennial, the top two teams. Often they are the ones that advance in sections. They are often between the two of them in state for the last 5 or 6, 8 years. So that is a big rivalry. And I coached a lot of traveling soccer for years, along with school soccer when I worked in Minnesota schools. But my traveling teams from Hudson, always probably some of the best matches we ever had in probably 20 years of that coaching was, oh, nice left-footed shot from distance. Goalkeeper Will Nordstrom looked like he was there, but that ball was close. So, uh, but no specific stories, just lots of every game always seems to be close between Hudson and Eau Claire Memorial, on the boys' side at least. Always stressful for the people in the stands because they know how close these games are going to be. Good slide tackle by Poole. On the slide tackle, the rule really is that if you get the ball first, you can, if even if you knock a player over, it's not a foul. It's only a foul if you take the player out before you hit the ball. So little looks like a slight injury maybe to Jack Poole, who's exiting the game. Referee paused briefly for him to leave the field. Might be a little blood. That's usually what happens in a game situation like that, but there might be something more. Jack standing on the sideline.
Subbing in for Hudson, number 23, Adrian Morales.
Adrian Morales in the game for the Raiders. Adrian is off to a great season as well with 3 goals and 1 assist. Hard to see Jack Poole leave. He also has 3 goals, 2 assists, and as the captain brings leadership to the field. knowing Jack, he's a ferocious competitor. He's going to be back on the field as soon as he is cleared for that. Raiders, though, have very balanced scoring. They have leaders, of course, but a lot of people that score. Raiders have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 players who have scored so far this year, and 10 players with assists at least. So, leading scorers for the Raiders: Will Cook and Calvin Lassard, each with 5 goals. Will Cook also with 6 assists. Calvin Lassard with 5 assists. Balanced scoring like that, when you have a multitude of players who can put the ball in the net, is one reason for success. I'm guessing Eau Claire Memorial probably is in a similar boat. This game is both teams know it too, even though it's early in the Big Rivers Conference season for these teams. It's really important because they both really could get through the conference with identical records against the opposing teams. So this game, even though, like I said, it's early in the season, could be the determining factor for the conference and the seeding for the sections. After about the first 6 or 7 minutes, where the Raiders really held possession and more attacking opportunities, we're now seeing Eau Claire starting to level that out and having their own offensive opportunities, which we knew was going to happen. Sometimes it takes some teams a little longer to adjust to what they see. Eau Claire certainly has done that, as we're now seeing them with some strong offensive opportunities as well. Will Cook with the ball, sends it up to Sam Olson, up to Calvin Lassard, who's got some space now. Does a little stutter, another little stutter. Again, tough to get through 2 defenders up the middle, but a good attempt by Lassard. And Sam Olson with a foul. Seen both teams get tripped up from behind. Those can sometimes be cardable offenses. Referee is holding the cards in his pocket so far, but it won't take long before he probably starts distributing those and as the game goes on. Big shot up, line driver. Tough to manage those kind of big kicks when they come in hard and low. Raiders going to take the throw in. Looks like it went off the sideline. I kind of got blocked by, was the one angle that was a little hard for me to see up here in the booth. Lassard now back on it. Sends it out to Olson. Sends it up deep. That's Pau Rabeus. Pau with 4 goals and 4 assists in his debut season with the Raiders varsity. And a push-off foul on the Raiders will give the Old Abes a free kick. Mr. Munter, I now have what I'm looking for on my screen, so this is good.
Very good. Jeff figured out technology.
Todd Cooper, good to have you joining our broadcast. Welcome. And Juan Arnal, we from Spain, we always appreciate you tuning in. I don't know what time it is there, but I got to think it's somewhere in the middle of the night. So we appreciate you tuning in. Goal kick here for the Old Abes at about the 22.5-minute mark. Our score remains 0-0. I've been a follower of Hudson Raider soccer for many years as a traveling coach for several teams, and then my older son played for the Raiders about 5 years ago when they won the conference and made it to state. And I can tell you, every game with Eau Claire Memorial, I feel like every one of them, there's not a goal till the second half almost.
Real quick, by the way, I just Googled it.
Yes.
It's 2:30 in the morning in Spain.
2:30 a.m. Juan Arnal, thank you for staying up late and enjoying a great match of soccer here so far. Throw in by the old Abes. Sam Olsen takes it. Tries to send that ball. That had the makings of something really fantastic there, but just off the foot wrong, and Eau Claire sends that ball out for a Raiders throw in. Big ball in. One Raider there. Harassing D by Eau Claire Memorial, but the Raiders eventually get that ball back, send it up the field. And another throw in. This time for the old Abes. Trip there by the Raiders. Free kick for the old Abes. Looked like they wanted to make a quick short pass, but wisely pulled back when the recipient didn't know the ball was going to come. So that's number 17, Dylan. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong sheet. That's number 17, Aiden Schrader with the kick there and the smart pass after seeing that some of his players weren't there. Vega re-entering the game for the Raiders. Good spell there by Adrian Morales, who was in on some important action there. Big goal kick there by Parker Strumke. Header back by Eau Claire Memorial. Will Cook on it, having a physical battle. Getting attacked from behind, but no foul. Oh, nice kickback play to Lassard. Got it quick. He's got to do something quick. Yeah, harassing defense. Almost 6 players falling in on Kelvin Lassard, and I think he got twisted up and is down, looking a little haggard, but getting up to his feet. Going to come off for a sub. Coach Solom looks like he's pulling Adrian Morales back in as Lassard heads to the trainer table.
And subbing in again for Hudson, it's number 23, Adrian Morales.
Well said, Todd Cooper. Well said. And if you don't see it, Todd Cooper commented in the True Football Fans Don't Observe Local Time. They just watch what they desire to watch. So good call.
Well, he's getting used to being in Spain. He just called it football.
With a U, that is. I remember many games growing up when World Cup soccer was only broadcast on the Spanish channel, and we would my teams when I was young and would play, we'd stay up all night watching those games. Here we go. Back on the attack are the old Apes. Intercepted here by the Raiders. Will Cook again in the middle with the ball. Send it back the other way, trying to make something happen. Raiders are there. Rabeus on it. Sends it back. Thing these teams find when they play each other is that moves that work against other teams in their schedules and conference don't work against each other here because of the speed factor. That's one thing you see with better teams is a lot of speed advantage, and the rate of play, the rate of passing is much quicker and faster. So they learn, they adjust. Pushing into minute 28 of the game, and our score still sits at 0-0. Two bounces over everybody's head, eventually cleared by the Old Abes. Nice header out by Teddy Anderson. Now Rabeus trying to bring that ball up again. Push up the field by the Raiders. Nice header out by the Old Abes. Tough spin kick there for the Old Abes. Sends that ball out of bounds. Be a Raiders throw, and it looks like Jack Poole re-entering the game.
Back on the field for the Raiders.
Jack Poole now with the ball in the middle. Gets it out to Quinn Packard, who sends it up the middle. Ooh, almost potentially a inadvertent handball there, but no call. And no, I think it was up against his body, so that sort of negates that in most cases. It's actually what we often see there. I don't think that was really a trip, to be honest with you. I think there was a little bit of a foot collision and kind of a diving move by Eau Claire Memorial there. Referee, I guess, felt the same way. Always hard to tell up here in the booth, though. Referee seems to be calling things very balanced. I mean, I think almost the exact probably number of fouls almost called each way. Very similar fouls, too. Raiders take the throw and decide to play it back to the defense and reset. It's Giovanni Morales in the middle, sends it up. Ooh, power of Baez there. And a foot race, just gets beat out by goalkeeper Will Nordstrom of the Old Abes. Another quick ball through. Oh, blast by, it's like Jack Poole. No, not Jack. Sam Olsen there gets the quick blast. He shot that ball probably a hair sooner than he wanted to, and that ends up putting the ball over the goal, which often happens when you have to shoot that ball quickly because you just don't have the time to wait for it to be in the strikeable position to put a heavy shot on the goal. Good clear by the Old Abes there. There's an inadvertent handball. When the hand is kind of out and flailing and it hits, it'll always be called. The hand is against the body. It's often not called. What happened there is the Raiders dropped the ball. They did not settle it. Technical rule is the ball has to be stopped before you can take that kick. So referee makes them re-kick. It's not a loss of possession, but big ball in. That's in a nice spot. Oh, head over by the Old Abes, and the Raiders are going to get a corner kick off that. We're at about moving into about the 32-minute mark. Score is still 0-0. Both teams with some fantastic opportunities. Both have hit the posts. And now a corner kick for the Raiders. Jack Poole and Will Cook in the corner. There's a good ball in. That's right where you want it. But Eau Claire's all over it. Long shot by Quinn Packard. Not a bad shot. Actually, it's a pretty good shot, but a hair wide and a hair high. Free kick here or goal kick here for the Old Abes. Big blast from the goalkeeper there. Goes over the head. Teddy Anderson with the kick. Over to Packard. Sends it up to Vega. He thought Will might be breaking to the goal line, but they end up with it anyway. Vega's on it. Sends the ball up. A little too much, probably a little too much towards the goal from that position. And that's handled by Will Nordstrom of the Old Abes. Old Abe's pushing it up again. Little pass in, pass back out, but no one there. Packard picks it up, sends it up the field. That's Poole. Headed out by the Old Abes, and the Raiders will have a throw in here. Vega tries a chest trap, kind of rolls off him awkwardly into Eau Claire Memorial. Joe Heckman there trying to get the head off, skims off, and that ball strings loose. Gave Eau Claire Memorial some hope, but Parker Strumke comes out and takes that ball. Ball over by Eau Claire, but taken by Vega. Plays it off of defenseman Gage House of Eau Claire Memorial. And Quinn Packard, captain of the Raiders, will take the throw. Sends it into Olsen, gets it up to Poole. Tries a quick little out pass to Vega, but disrupted by Eau Claire Memorial. Seen some great play by both defenses. They both had their offensive opportunities, but the defenses are shutting each other down. All right, Memorial on the carry up the field. Throwing for the Raiders, but deep in their own territory. Throw up to space by Packard. Poole comes back and takes it. He's the only one running for the ball on that play. Try to get it up to Cook, but deflected off to the Eau Claire Old Abes. Poole pressuring everywhere. Claire keeps it in, but Packard now sends it up. Vega gets a foot on it, traps it down, sends it over nicely to Sam Olsen. He's got some space. He's going to try to thread the needle to Ribeus, but it's a tough. Oh! Might have been a handball there. Didn't look like any type of foul to me, but not sure. About 5 minutes left in the first half. Score 0-0. Eau Claire Memorial with the free kick. Sent deep, but a good header out by number 6, Teddy Anderson of the Raiders. Another push-off foul by the Raiders. Ref is backing things up a bit. Players always look for as much advantage as they can get. Sometimes they get away with it, sometimes they don't. Eau Claire with the free kick from about 49 yards out from the goal. They're going to try to drop it into that scoring area. That's a nice ball. It's right kind of where you want it. And Raiders get the clear. Claire's going to pick it up, send it back in. Not exactly, I think, the ball he wanted there. And the Raiders with the clear, but it's out of bounds before the kick. Doesn't matter if the ball hits the ground. That's sometimes what people don't understand either. So subs for both teams.
Hudson.
About 3.5 minutes left. Calvin will.
For the Old A's. Santi Arbel Bede.
Santi in for Eau Claire Memorial. And Calvin Lassard back in for the Raiders. So both Raiders that kind of got a bit shook up are back in the match. Good to see. This is the games you want everybody's top players on the field. Ball over. Raiders disrupt and get the clear. Collision. Rubeus makes some contact while the old Abes were in the air. I've seen that call go both ways and can certainly appreciate it being called here. Definitely don't want to hurt players, but sometimes that's not the intent either. So anyway, it's a foul and a free kick for the old Abes. They're going to get another chance to get it in there and another header clear by the Raiders. That's Rubeus. Nice cutback move. He's got space now. Sends it up to the middle of the pool. And there'll be a Raider. No, saved. Raiders with the ball. Down to about 2 minutes and a half. Little miss-hit cross there for the Raiders. Quinn Packard on it. A little bit of arm checking both ways there. Ball goes out wide. It's like Will Cook on it. Sends it in. That's a nice ball. Nobody there, though. Old Abe's take it. They get the clear. Packard. Some positioning. Claire trying to send a through ball, but just way too much on that. And Strumke is going to end up clearing it. And we're now down to about a minute and a half. Starting to see things get a little more physical as the game goes on. Nothing dirty, but just more physical, which happens as the intensity grows. Throwing back. Claire goes for a low centering pass. Sets some things up.
1 minute.
Sneaks a shot through, but much like the Raiders' last shot, goes right at the goalkeeper. So Strumke is there and is able to pick it up. Crisis averted for the Raiders this time. Thanks for tuning in, Zaylen. Sweet. And I agree. Let's go, Teddy. Let's keep that intensity up. Strumke picks that ball up this time. We're down to about 30 seconds. When the halftime buzzer rings, we will take a 10-minute break here from the broadcast. You can go have a snack. You can go let the dog out. You can do whatever you need to for 10 minutes, but don't miss a minute of this action when we come back, because this has just been a spectacular game. And there won't be a lot of scoring in this one, I have a feeling. So enjoy your break, and we'll see you back in just a few minutes.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, everybody. Second half action here at Eau Claire Memorial High School's new turf-fielded stadium. It's been a doozy. We have the visiting Hudson Raiders in white, now playing from right to left on your screen, huddled up, trying to get ready. Last minute communications between the players. They know this is a big game. It's early in the season, probably the biggest game for these two teams because
Opportunity to promote upcoming events
we'll let this announcement go and we'll finish our intro.
soccer night for boys soccer players here in Eau Claire. Sponsored by Chris Orthodox. Next Tuesday, more Memorial North matchup. Lots going on, activities coming in during the JV game and at halftime. So I just wanted to let you know, don't forget next game. Next Tuesday is a real big opportunity to bring the family and definitely your youth soccer boy player.
All right. Eau Claire Memorial will take this kickoff here in the second half. Again, Raiders visiting from Hudson High School, about an hour or so east of Eau Claire on I-94. And the hometown Eau Claire Memorial Old Abe's in purple, now playing from left to right on your screen. It's a bit of a wind at the Raiders' back, so Eau Claire had the advantage first half. Raiders look like they're going to have that advantage in this half. Not sure if it's that big of an advantage, but the U.S. flag is moving, and we'll see what happens here. A little bit of a collision, no foul called. Again, another one. As this game goes on, you'll probably see more players looking to try to convince the referee of fouls. And our referee today is a seasoned veteran, and I'm sure will continue to make great calls as he has done all night. A lot of tap dancing on the sideline. Nice play there by that is Paul Rabeas. Just some great footwork there in the middle of traffic. And the Raiders maintain possession, start driving it down the field. Defense all over it. A little too much pressure on the Raiders from behind, and that'll be a foul on the Raiders and a free kick for Eau Claire. Nice show of sport. The Raider up there. These teams have a lot of respect for each other. These teams, players play each other several times a year. Oh, a little miscalculation there. Poole's on it. He's got it and he drills it. That's Jack Poole. Big takeaway deep in Eau Claire territory. And I think they probably thought there's no way someone's going to pressure them there. And Jack Poole just takes it, takes a step, and he didn't have a great angle, but still was able to bury that shot. And Raiders draw the first score of the night. Jack Poole, captain of the Raiders. And this is going to amplify the intensity now. And this should, again, it's going to be an exciting 38 plus minutes left in this match. It's not enough to cause any panic in the old Abes. They know they've got at least a goal in their pocket probably, but Raiders defense is strong. And when you get that first goal, you can ramp up your D a bit. Best bet
has been broken. Scoring for Hudson at 41:08. Number 10, Jack Poole.
So, big play for the Raiders. Ball's bouncing in high. Goalkeeper comes out and takes out the Raider, and the referee is calling for a PK on the foul by the goalkeeper. I think he's calling unnecessary contact. Again, every PK can be viewed a lot of different ways, but it's time, ultimately it's what the referee on the field sees and does. And Raiders will have a PK here. A fast turn of events in just the first few minutes of this game, with the Raiders spectacular goal and now a PK where they could take that 2-goal advantage potentially. I've seen enough out of Will Nordstrom of Eau Claire Memorial, though, that he's probably got a save in his back pocket somewhere when he needs it. And he got it right there. Rabeus with a nice shot, but Will Nordstrom with a spectacular diving save. Rabeus went for great placement, which he had. It was that ball was just going to sneak in the inside post, and Nordstrom guessed correctly, and didn't just guess correctly, but got his body where it needed to be. So nice save, Will Nordstrom, and our score stays 1-0. Raiders with the lead. We've got two, really good goaltenders here in this game too. Parker Strumke has not been challenged really like Nordstrom has, but we've seen enough out of Parker over the last earlier games in this year that he also can make some pretty spectacular saves. It's really what you want from your goalkeepers: great athleticism, no fear, and if you can get it, you want. Oh, here comes Poole again, sandwich, but he comes out with it, blasts it right at the goalkeeper. Will Cook with a follow-up deflected. Raiders just putting lots of pressure here on Nordstrom, and they're going to walk out with a corner kick. This is some exciting stuff, I got to say.
Now we're playing soccer.
Most of our Raiders play it short, gets ejected by the Old Abes. Ball spins out. Nice save by Rabeus. Sends a quick cross in. Nobody home in the middle of the field, though. All right. I kind of lost my breath there with all the excitement and great action, both offensively and defensively in the last few minutes. We're back at it. Raiders get the throw deep in their own offensive half. Looking for targets. Quick throw up the field. Looks like it did not ever actually go in, and so that's going to be a Raiders throw. Must have went in because it has to. Or it'd be a rethrow. Here comes the Raiders with a throw. Sending it up. Raiders get another corner. The Raiders are excellent at, when they get that ball deep, of doing a variety of things to get corner kicks. That one he's really looking to cross, but gets deflected. But nonetheless, Raiders work for those corners, and now they're going to have one. They're not playing a short game this time. That ball is in, and a nice header, but goes right to Will Nordstrom, who makes the save. And sends the ball up the field. Xavier Island on that ball. The pressure. Raiders send it up deep to Poole. Comes Lassard with the ball out wide. One, maybe too many dribbles there, but he's still on it. He's got it deep in. Whew! Raiders with another corner kick. Lassard not giving up on that and just keeps moving that ball around. Short play, sends it back to Lassard. He's going to try to drive it in. Sends her a quick one, and he scores. A deflection off of the Old Abe's defense. Those are the plays that make it difficult for the goalkeeper. Will Nordstrom was probably in the right place because he plays solid goal, but that ball was blasted and it spun off the defense and kind of spun around and into the goal. And there's not much goalkeeper can do in that situation, but that's also, like we said earlier in the game, that's why you take the shots, because you don't know what's going to happen. And you don't know where that ball's going to go or where it's going to deflect or what's going to happen. So especially in a tight game, you take the shots. So 2 goals for the Raiders, 0 for the Old Abes. This game is far from over, and we'll see what happens here in the next 33 and a half minutes. There's still a lot of time. That PK for the Raiders could have been a huge one if to take a 3-goal lead, but Will Nordstrom makes that save and now keeps that score at 2-0. But that
Scoring the second goal of the match at 46-30 for the Hudson Raiders. A little hard to see, but we're going to give the goal temporarily again to Jack.
oh, maybe it was Jack Poole.
That's number 10, Jack.
Announcer calls the goal to Jack Poole. Maybe I saw it wrong. Very well could be. I'm going to watch a replay quickly and hope something exciting doesn't happen as that happens.
Keep an eye out.
I think that was Lassard. Yeah, that was Lassard with the goal.
That's what you called, right?
Yeah, I think it was Lassard with the goal for the Raiders. And here we go.
Well, that's why we pay you the big bucks.
For Hudson. Also to note, Matt Wonke's on the field for the Old A's.
All right, folks. Short pause here with some substitutions and a throw in. Excuse me. And it's Xavier Island with the throw for the Raiders. Throw it in deep to Jack Poole. Decides to pull it back. Use a little footwork. Sends that ball to the middle to Sam Olsen. Nice takeaway there by the Old Apes. It's number 10, Ethan Velez with the ball for Eau Claire with the takeaway. Now the Raiders get it out, but Eau Claire takes it back, and now they're on the attack. We haven't seen a lot of offense out of Eau Claire yet this half, and that ball streams into the zone and picked up by Parker Strumke. Throw in here for Eau Claire. Oh, free kick here. This is dangerous. Nice ball in, right where you want it. Headed out by the Raiders. And Mr. Vega sends that ball to the middle, comes out back to him, sends it back to the middle, but nobody there. Old Abe's trying to thread the needle, almost get it, but then that ball sneaks through, and Parker Strumke again on the ball. Pop ball up to Vega. Instead of trying to do something with the ball, goes to take a shot. He gets kind of upended, and it's going to be a goal kick for Eau Claire Memorial. A sub coming in, it looks like, for the Old Abes. And looks like Kieran Britt's in for the Raiders. Excuse me. Good takeaway there by Lassard. Raiders back on it. Tough D being played by both teams all over the field. Players need to make fast moves, fast decisions, or that ball is going to get taken away, or at least there's going to be some sort of contact. Eau Claire Memorial now with the throw. Raiders headed out. Another throw for Memorial. Foul on the Old Abes. Raiders, in that situation, it wasn't two players jumping straight up for the ball. Memorial jumping into the Raiders player, which will almost usually always be a foul. But it's a tough ball here to get in. Raiders blasted into the scoring area. It's a little deep. Lassard's on it, gets a head on it, and scores again. Wow, that is a hard ball to get a head on. It was a lower kick. Lassard's got the height. He's got the athleticism. Tough ball again for Will Nordstrom. Not a lot a goalkeeper can do on a play like that. It's totally random where a header will go. And Lassard, though, with his second goal of the night. Okay, Memorial now has they got some work to do. 3 goals is a pretty big gap in a game like this. And so far in this half,
on the board. Hudson's scoring by number 18. Nice finishing header. Calvin Lazard. We have the assist going to number 14, Kieran Britt.
and Brett's just entering the game. Gets the assist on a huge free kick from about 60 yards out. He drops it right into the scoring area. It was a little bit lower trajectory, which sometimes can be hard, but that also lets you get a little more power on those headers at times. And Lassard there to capitalize. Outstanding play by the Raiders. But as I've said a few times, we still have 26 minutes left in this game. So Eau Claire is not a team that will go down lightly. And this game is, no one is feeling secure, I don't think, at this point. So here we go. Raiders defense holding, sends it back up to the offensive half. Ball comes out wide. Quentin Packard. Good takeaway there by Eau Claire Memorial. Number 5, can't see the name. It's a little dark in here. Number 5, Lou Biasi with the goal or takeaway for Eau Claire. Sam Olsen on it. Ball comes out wide to Vega, too wide, and that's going to be a Old Abe's throw-in. Quinn Packard also had an assist on Calvin Lassard's first goal. So Quinn, though playing defense, definitely is a regular contributor to the offense. And that will be, it looks like Packard's first assist, and he has 2 goals on the season to go with that.
On number 14, Evan Rigg.
Xavier Island throws it in. That's Lassard again. Tries to sneak a ball through to Cook, but Eau Claire sniffed that out and gets the steal. Eddie Anderson with the take, tries to get it up to Diego Vega. Hard hit there by Eau Claire, no foul called. And referee was looking to see if there was some advantage there. Is stopping the clock. Vega took a hard hip shot there, and that's definitely a foul. And the Raiders will get a free kick at about the 20-yard line. Nope. Actually, I guess he just paused it for injury. Thought maybe there'd be a foul called there, but referee has better eyes than me. He's a lot closer, and that'll be a free kick here for Eau Claire Memorial. Lassard on it, using his height advantage. Claire picks that up, but again, Lassard gets his head on that. Raiders are going to bring it out wide. Raiders going to sub here.
On the field for Hudson, Paul Rabea and Giovanni Morales.
So you may have heard that announcement of Pau Rabeasin for the Raiders and Giovanni Morales enter the game. Raiders tiptoe that on the goal line and ends up being a goal kick for the Old Abes. Old Abes not getting much offense going this half. They need to get that ball advanced if they have any hopes of getting back into this game. Raiders offensive players playing some tight D deep in their territory. That serves two purposes. A, it keeps the ball in the offensive half. B, it works that clock. And Raiders are very cognizant of the clock, even with a 3-goal lead. They know what Eau Claire Memorial is capable of. So any chance they can work the clock legitimately, they're certainly going to do that. A nice take there by Jack Poole. He's picked the pocket before, left a goal. Plassard on it. Gets upended, no call. And eventually cleared by the Old Abes. Quinn Packard now on the ball. Sends it into the middle to Giovanni Morales. Now over to... Oop, gets it into Poole now. He's again there. He's sneaky, gets it in, and just goes off the back of Lassard. Raiders keep it in. Eau Claire sends it back out. In alignment with this game, I'd say the Raider goals were all spectacular. They had to work for those goals. Eau Claire has not made any of them easy. And then Eau Claire, of course, picking the pocket on the PK and avoiding a 4-goal deficit, at least comes through for the Raiders. And a quick shot by the Raiders. That's a goal. It's another goal for Jack Poole. That's his second of the night. Sharp shooting into the lower corner. Again, you know, we've seen outstanding play from Will Nordstrom, but not a lot you can do on a shot like that, a precision shot into the lower corner. So Jack Poole's second score of the night, his fourth of the season, and the Raiders take that 4-0 lead with about 21 minutes left in the match. Eau Claire making some substitutions. Really been a story of the second half here. The Raiders have come out firing. I don't know if the wind is that big of an advantage.
Is the time of this fourth goal for the visiting Hudson Raiders. Goal going to, once again, number 10, Jack Poole.
Jeff, sticking my hand out the window, the wind is kind of breezy, so it might actually be a pretty good advantage.
It may have kicked up here in the second half, giving the Raiders a bit more advantage. Nonetheless, It is what it is. And the Raiders hold that advantage of 4 goals now. We will see that Eau Claire will not stop fighting. Referee calling a little hand check foul, I guess, on the Raiders. Lots of arms extended there, calling the Raiders. Will give Eau Claire a free kick. Big kick by Eau Claire. That's Poole with the ball, sends it up to Will Cook. It's going to take a long shot. It's about a 30-yard shot. Easily handled by Will Nordstrom and sent back out, playing it short. Nice turn there. Raiders take it back. Ball comes back out. Raiders advancing again. Ball's into Poole, who's right there. Gets a knee on it. Just goes over the crossbar. And will be another goal kick for Eau Claire Memorial. Couple Raiders coming in. That's somebody in their pickup burning some rubber in the background. You might have heard that.
I think you can see the smoke.
Can see the smoke. I'm sure the players can smell it.
Oh, man.
That's the fun of having fields right on busy roads, or roads at least, is you never know what can happen. Hudson's stadium is identical. It's right on one of the busier roads in Hudson, and you get horn honks, you get all kinds of different things in the middle of any kind of game there.
I've never seen anything like that.
I don't think I have either, but that was kind of fun. Anyway, here we go. Back to the action. Eau Claire trying to get their offense rolling and get something going. Push off on the Raiders. And a clear foul on the Raiders there. And that'll be a free kick for Eau Claire. That's Cohen Miller on the foul. About 17 and a half minutes left in the match. Raiders with the 4-0 lead tonight. They're trying to pop that ball. They decided to play it up the line instead of trying to put it into the scoring area. They're able to get control. They got to bring it back, and now they try to punch it in. It's set up. Well, Claire gets a shot off there from about 25 yards out, but definitely did not get the foot on it that he wanted. Sent that ball kind of awkwardly off. But Eau Claire does need to start taking shots like that if they want to try to make something happen, I think.
Diego Vega, Joe Hackman, both for the Hudson Raiders.
Couple subs in for the Raiders. And here comes the goal kick from Parker Strumke. Pop-up header from Eau Claire. Will Cook tries to maneuver in, but that ball bounces. Eau Claire maintains control. He's going to try to get some offense going again here. Gets the ball out wide. This is a nice setup for Eau Claire, but an awkward bounce. Lets the Raiders defense reset. Ooh, Raiders, Eau Claire with a chance here. They got it where they want it. They got to. Tough to take too many touches in the goal against either of these teams. Claire's defense gets it out. Henry Newman there for the Raiders sends it out wide to Vega. Vega is going to just dribble around with it. Too many steps and he kind of fumbles himself up. Eau Claire now takes the ball again, try to make something happen. Shoulder to shoulder battle there. Gets past the Eau Claire player on the sideline. They're able to manage it back in though. Claire back on the attack, but guess they're calling a foul on that. And this will be a dangerous spot for Eau Claire to have a free kick. This might be just what they're looking for to get something going here offensively. Raiders will build a wall. They'll be walked off by the referee. You got to give them 10 yards. Sometimes, though, these shots are too close for comfort for a kicker because you got to get over the wall and around. So we'll see what they do. If they're going to pass it off to a better angle or are they going to just take the shot? Takes the shot. Strumke's on it. Nice play. Parker Strumke keeps the shutout alive for the Raiders. He's going to punt it up to Cook. It's a tough angle. That ball's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be a throw in for the Old Abes. Clock keeps ticking. We're down to 14 and a half minutes now. Raiders hold the 4-0 lead, trying to remain undefeated. Giovanni Morales with some nice work there in the middle of the field, despite some harassment from behind, and the Raiders are going to get a throw in here. Great crowd here tonight at Eau Claire Memorial Stadium. Students and fans of both teams. This is just close enough for an easy little road trip for Eau Claire or for Hudson fans to get here. Took me about an hour and 5 minutes to get here from where I live in Hudson, which is on the east end of Hudson, so about as close to Eau Claire as you can be in Hudson. Eau Claire with the throw. Again, trying to make some offense happen. Raiders with some tough D there. Adrian Morales on it. We have two Morales' brothers, Giovanni and Adrian, both on the field, I believe. Vega's on it. Diego's going to pull back. He got himself going too fast. Sometimes Diego can do that. He can get himself just rolling along. Goes for the slide tackle. Missed the ball, got the leg. That's going to be usually almost always a foul and often a card. So Diego gets the yellow card. He will have to leave the game, at least temporarily, and it'll be a free kick for Eau Claire Memorial. Clock is stopped for those of you that are wondering, and that is the referee's prerogative. Usually on cards, you will stop the clock because that can sometimes take a bit. Referee has to record it, sometimes has to give some explanations to the coaches, sometimes has to have a conversation with some players. We're back rolling. So Lincoln Solano making his first appearance in today's match for the Raiders. Giovanni Morales there poking the ball out from behind. All gets out wide. And off of Hudson, that'll be a corner kick for Eau Claire with about 12 minutes and 10 seconds left in the match. Corner kick can be something that could help Eau Claire get something rolling here. Nice jumping header out of Eau Claire, but just hits that ball on the upswing of the jump and puts the ball over the goal. But a heck of an opportunity and a heck of a play there. All right, clock keeps ticking. We're down to about 11 and a half minutes in the match. Parker Strumke lining up for this goal kick. Probably the last few minutes we've seen, finally seen some offensive attacking out of Eau Claire. They were kind of on their heels for a bit for most of the first half or second half, and now have sort of found what they need to advance that ball. We'll see if they can continue to do that here. Throw in here. Pass back by Eau Claire, trying to make something happen. They advance the ball. They get out wide. Trying to send that ball up the middle. Raiders disrupt it. Cohen Miller on it. And gets the ball taken, but gets back into defensive position and makes a nice recovery there. Good job, Cohen Miller. Eau Claire back on the attack, though, bringing numbers. Eau Claire still keeping 3 defensive players back. Bringing in some subs for the Old Abes. That last score by Kelvin Lassard had an assist to Jack Poole again. So Jack has had an outstanding game with a couple goals and a couple assists. Head over by Sam Olson. Clock is ticking. We're now down under 10 minutes left in the match. Diego Vega with it on the sideline, trying to make something happen. Gets the ball in. Raiders continue to pass that ball around.
The Old Apes do have 2 new players in the field. Spencer Valiant still looking up the number on
Ball comes out to Miller. He's pushing up. Miller moved up to midfield from defense, and Sam Olson now playing the left back position. Going to be a corner kick for the Raiders. Raiders pushing everybody up, keeping 1 player back, Sam Olson. Cohen Miller kind of back, protecting the 1 Old Abe who's staying up. So eight Raiders up, looking to attack against about 10 Old Abes. Old Abes go for a header. It's kind of drifting the ball, and it gets hard. Lots of bodies in the middle there. Not a lot of off. You're not going to be able to do much in that middle. The Raiders keep trying. They get the drive. They sneak it through, and there's a quick shot off. Hits the crossbar, spins out of bounds, and that'll be a goal kick for Eau Claire. More subs coming in. Pushing into just about 8 minutes left in the match.
subs coming on for both teams.
You can see the intensity of the match continues regardless if the starters are in the game, the backups are in the game. This rivalry is a big one. A win here for the Raiders, if they can hold on, will definitely give them an advantage in the standings of the conference. It'll also give advantage for potential seeding in the section. But there's a lot of season left. That a lot of things can happen in any of the conference matches this season. Ahead for the Raiders will be a match against River Falls at home this Thursday, and a game next Tuesday at home against New Richmond. So 2 Big Rivers Conference matches in a row after this match for the Raiders. Followed by a game with Rice Lake. They still play Eau Claire North. So Raiders have about 4 conference games left, about half their matches for the conference, and Eau Claire probably is in a similar boat. Clock is ticking. We're now down to 7 minutes left in the match. Raiders lead 4-0. It's been a beautiful night for soccer. A little warm in the beginning, but the breeze kicked in at some point during the match, cooled things down for everybody, including those of us up in the booth. Big ball up by Eau Claire, going to be handled by the Raiders, brings it back to Strumke. Parker's an excellent field player as well, so he can manage those balls that he can't use his hands for. That's number 20, Eric Paulman for the Raiders. Raiders playing it up. Comes into Goalkeeper Will Nordstrom of Eau Claire, easily handled. Despite the score, hats off to Will Nordstrom. He's played a great game, made an amazing save on a penalty kick, and a number of other saves. He's probably under fire here more than in any other game that he's been a part of this so far this season, perhaps. And he's made a lot of saves and played some solid ball. On top of that, Raider goals were all pretty largely very spectacular plays and tough to make the saves on. So hats off to Will for a job well done tonight. I'm sure that won't make him feel any better, but it was a fun match to watch him play. Down to about 5 minutes now in the match. Subs coming in for the Raiders, at least one sub. Looks like number 8, Brian White, in for the Raiders. Brian Wright. Throw in here by Cohen Miller. Goes deep, gets headed out by Eau Claire. There's Brian Wright with the ball right there. Also Lincoln Solano in there still. On the ball right now. Carries it up. 4 defense on him. Somehow still gets the pass off. Tangled up there, no foul, play on. Raiders collect the ball. Claire collapsing everywhere on the field, trying to get that ball back, trying to get something on the board here. Referee stopping the clock. Player down for the Raiders. There was definitely some contact there, but that happens in soccer, and that looks like number 24, Pau Rabeas, who's going to exit the game. A bit of a limp, but I'm sure he'll be all right. Captain Will Packard back into the game for the Raiders. And a sub for Ethan Velez, it sounds like, for Eau Claire. Injury time drop ball to the Raiders. And here we go. Down to about 4 minutes in the match. Raiders trying to maintain the shutout. Eau Claire trying to eliminate the shutout at this stage of the game. Again, Raiders trying to push that ball up the middle, but there's a lot of defense there. Throw in for the Raiders. Down to about 3 minutes in the match. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning into the River Channel. I'd like to thank my producer, equipment man, all-around good guy, Jeff Munter, for joining me in this away game broadcast for the River Channel. River Channel is going to bring to you all the home games for the Raiders and the occasional away game like this. So it's very fun to get out and see these other stadiums. So we, again, really appreciate everyone from Eau Claire, from Hudson, from Spain, wherever you are tuning in to watch this match. It was a great game. The score doesn't necessarily show the intensity of the match, but hats off to Eau Claire for a solid outing, and hats off to the Raiders for putting together a pretty amazing, outstanding second half of play here, where they scored all 4 of their goals.
And a special shout out to you, Jeff, for keeping us informed, being the best color commentator on this side of the Mississippi. Always a pleasure to do this with you.
Can't wait for another opportunity, Jeff, and I appreciate that. So
I will be here.
Raiders keep moving it. About 2.5 minutes left in the match. Raiders with a free, is it a free kick? Guess they need a ball. We got some great ball collectors around the field. That one got a little delayed. Raiders get a corner kick here. That's going to be Captain Quinn Packard with the kick. A little heavy, goes out wide, but Raiders are there. There's somebody there for it. And again, they try to sneak it through, which they do, but Eau Claire's goalkeeper, Will Nordstrom, again there to make the stop. Minute and a half left. A lot of defense there in the box for Eau Claire. Good take by Packard. He's going to queue up a shot. Didn't quite get his body where it should be for the shot he wanted to take. Not able to even get a good foot on it, but good job anyway. Sometimes you got to just take that chance when you get it. And tough play there. 1 minute left in the match. Again, appreciate everybody tuning into the River Channel. Another match coming up this Thursday will be broadcast. I will not be here to announce it. So either a colleague will announce that game or it might just be on for your viewing pleasure. But either way, go Raiders on that, and good luck in the rest of the season to the old Abes as well, who will definitely continue to be very competitive in this conference and section. So I'm sure these teams very well may meet again in the section play, and it'll be probably as exciting as this match is. So again, thanks everybody. Have a great night, and go Raiders.